Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a Hollywood secret that honestly totally shocked the industry. And we're going to use this story to unpack some really fascinating universal truths about relationship dynamics. Specifically, we're zooming in on a single event, the infamous ultimatum that ended the super secret marriage between Shameless star Emmy Rossum and music exec Justin Siegel. Hollywood is absolutely famous for pitching us these perfect fairy tales. We get the glamour, the smiles, the flawless red carpet narratives. But, well, what happens behind closed doors is usually a totally different reality. When a high-profile marriage hits its breaking point, it definitely makes you wonder, what actually goes down when the cameras finally stop rolling and real life takes the wheel? To set the stage here, Emmy Rossum and Justin Siegel kept their relationship so incredibly quiet that most fans didn't even know they were married in the first place. It was literally a union shrouded in mystery. In fact, the public only caught wind of the whole shebang when news of their divorce abruptly broke back in 2009. Just boom, out of nowhere. Let's get into part one, a clash of perspectives and the friction beneath the surface. So before we look at the psychological breakdown of the split itself, we really have to ask the most crucial question about this mysterious divorce. What went wrong? As reports began to surface, it became pretty clear that the tension didn't just explode out of thin air. Instead, it stemmed from a deep-seated, fundamental clash of perspectives between the two of them. The high-pressure world of entertainment created some massive friction points. For Emmy, her rising stardom meant that her career and her personal autonomy were absolutely non-negotiable. But stacked right up against that was this heavy, suffocating pressure to conform to someone else's expectations. And honestly, trying to balance those two things is nearly impossible, especially when you're living your life in the public eye.
Which brings us to part two, the ultimatum, or the breaking point.
When someone issues an ultimatum in a marriage, they're basically pulling a my way or the highway move, demanding that your partner conform to rigid expectations. Yeah, that completely stifles personal growth. Instead of fostering teamwork, it just creates this intense, insurmountable friction. And in an already high-pressure environment, that lack of teamwork became the exact catalyst for an inevitable split. Moving right along to part three, lessons in boundaries, looking beyond the gossip. Think about this for a second. When two people are on totally different paths regarding their personal freedom, holding onto the relationship often causes way more pain than just letting go. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Especially when you really want to save a partnership. But making the choice to walk away when your autonomy is threatened is actually a deeply empowering choice. For any relationship to survive, especially under that kind of intense pressure, it requires a rock-solid foundation. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and support, not ultimatums. This whole story isn't just a piece of tabloid history. It's honestly a masterclass in why you absolutely have to establish boundaries. Now for our final section, part four, moving forward into the next chapter. Following that 2009 divorce, Emmy eventually found her own path. And this proves something pretty profound. Even after a really public, painful chapter, the end of one story is often just the jumping-off point for becoming a stronger, more autonomous version of yourself. Setting firm boundaries and making that tough choice to let go is exactly what allowed her to thrive on her own terms. So, based on everything we've unpacked today from this hidden Hollywood marriage, I want to leave you with a thought. Are ultimatums ever really a sign of healthy compromise that pushes a couple to make hard choices? Or are they basically always the final nail in the coffin? Think about how that applies to the boundaries you're setting in your own life right now.